This is Andy with QualityStocks. Today is Friday, September 3rd, 2010. Today we're going to take a look at Oil Sands Quest, Inc. This is an AMEX stock, trading a ticker BQI. This is a chart that I've had on casual radar for a while now with this downtrend, and I'm wondering if it's time to really start honing in on it and watching it more regularly. See that it's a very tight, for a stock that trades with a fair amount of volume, it's just very tight oscillations. It's somewhat rare to even see that this tight. We're seeing a trend towards zero, and we're getting another signal line cross with the MACD. Same way with the PPO. We're about ready to get a cross of the positive and negative DIs, which you can see though they can whipsaw pretty fast. Get close and then bounce off each other. Very subject to whipsaws. But we're seeing this ADX on a pretty solid downtrend right now, which shows that it's losing the steam that this direction is. So we're going to look for this positive cross and then look for the ADX to try and curl back up and possibly gain some strength going the other direction. The MFIs are in a nice position. Starting to see a turn even of the 21 to start heading north. We're getting a hint from the 14 of it trying to flatten back out, but it still looks okay. I like the way that this 21 is starting to curl, and they're all still pretty close together. Nice look to the accumulation distribution with it flatlining. And even if we come off the very bottom, still get the overall point that the shaken money flow is trending to zero and also breaking back through zero at this point, which tells you that buying and selling is leveling out. CCI now breaking through negative 100 and holding above it, so that's looking pretty solid. Full Stow has a little bit of an uptrend going on. Nothing too steep, but it keeps making higher lows. And again, bounced right off of oversold area and turned back up north now. The Trix is also flattened with the slightest uptrend to it. I always want to see that trending towards zero. It's still only at negative 0.5 right now. So like the way it's flattening, I want to see if this try and turn back up. All these things are kind of a positive divergence. Everything is, the PPS is trending down, but we're seeing the lower indicators trending back up. Gives you hints that this might be trying to find a true bottom finally. RSI is in a nice position, 7 just breaking through 50 now. See, it just did that recently. We want to see this 14 and 21 make its way through. Again, you can see back in May was the last time that the 14 and 21, the longer term RSIs, were trending over 50. So we want to see them break through this time. And actually, back then, they were actually trending down. We want to see them start to trend up. We want to see not just this 7 make it through. We want to see the 14 and 21 make it through as well. We want to see them start trending to the north side of 50. I'd like to see that bottom support. I wouldn't necessarily want to see it touch 45. Not that that's terrible. It's closed at 52. It had a low of 47 yesterday. You see volume 1.7 million, plenty of liquidity. If it wants to come down and test 45.5, I would say that's terrible. But I'd really like to see it hold 47. It's establishing a pretty solid base right there right now. So I'd like to see that hold. We're going to see some very choppy resistance throughout here. The 20-day moving average is going to be the first thing it needs to take out. You see it's pinned against it right now. It's slightly above some support since right through here. Not going to be that concerned with that. I'm going to look more towards the 55 area. There's the 50-day moving average. It was a pretty strong support right through there. Then it fell through, immediately came back up and tested it. It did pop above it slightly, but couldn't. They tried 2 more days, fell back down. Now it's established another support level here at 47. So I'm going to look for this to try and push back up and try and take that out and challenge this 50-day moving average. First and foremost, get trading above this 20-day. And challenge this resistance right through here. Let's see if it can then produce a new higher low. Even if it wants to dip down to 49 and pull some support back from right through there, make a higher low and try and reverse this trend of this overall BQI chart. These are just some things that I'd be looking at. Longer term, 60 is going to be a big area for it, and then probably 66, but I'm not going to try and look that far ahead at this point. But that's going to be some pretty solid resistance right through those areas. First and foremost, so 55, then 60, then you'd be looking for 66. But that's all in the future. We're looking for this to just try and establish a new uptrend and reverse the downtrend that it's been in now for several months. So these are some things that I'd be looking at with Oil Sands Quest. Again, this is just my interpretation. This is Andy with QualityStocks. Thank you and trade smart.